But with your support, we're able to provide accurate information about Standing Rock, Line 3, treaty violations, and COVID-19 in our Native communities. Please visit Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon and donate if you can. That's Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon. Pinigigi, and thank you for your support. Support comes from the Walker Arts Center. Visit during free Thursday nights. Every week from 5 to 9 p.m., there's something new to explore. Enjoy date-friendly events like artist talks, performances, and exhibition openings, or explore art-making open library hours and exhibition tours. Settle into your weekend among community. Free every Thursday night and free every day for citizens and members of tribal nations. Learn more at walkerart.org. Hey, it's Robert Pilot from Native Roots Radio. For a meal that feeds your soul and health, check out Gatherings Cafe. Located in the renovated Minneapolis American Indian Center, Executive Chef Vernon Defoe and team serve up incredible indigenous flavors. Gatherings Cafe has amazing bison tacos featuring lean protein from native wise, corn tortillas, and homemade sides. It's fresh, local food rooted in ancestral knowledge. Stop by for breakfast or lunch. That's Gatherings Cafe, where tradition meets innovation.
Maintaining our health, particularly our heart health, is very important to us as a family.
Your heart gives you time with family, time with community, time to pass down what matters. Protecting your heart helps keep those moments alive. A visit with a healthcare provider can be one step toward a healthier future. Learn more at hennepincounty.gov/hearts-beats. Your heart health is essential because your heart beats for generations.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Evening showers and thunderstorms possible, then clearing with an overnight low of 62. Then Thursday, another chance of showers and thunderstorms with a high of 76. Grab a tray at Cafe Latte and pick from their award-winning selections of soups, salads, sandwiches, and desserts. Cafe Latte is at Victoria Street and Grand Avenue in St. Paul or at cafelatte.com.
Portions of Native Roots Radio may be pre-recorded.
It's a good day to be indigenous.
Get up, stand up.
They are going to become more brutal.
Couldn't cut any cut again.
Because all the hippies were trying to be Indians anyway.
They're going to become more repressive because it's a matter of dollars and their illusionary concepts of power.
Hey, Victor.
We must live in balance with the earth.
And also with recent happenings at Wounded Knee.
I am awake.
Welcome to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Wakanja Hade. Hey, Kadagi, to all my friends and relatives in four directions. You are listening to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Robert Pilot. Hey, we discuss local, national, Native news and events, and as you know, Native issues are human issues, and human issues are Native issues. Hey, we're going to have our friend Maren Hardy on with Spirit Care and talk Spirit Care Services and talk about what's going on nationally with our elders and what's happening with our elders, and she can give us a real good update about what these laws and things that are happening in the federal level really affecting us, and maybe what we can do. And then later on, we're going to have Natalie from the Minneapolis Indian Center give us an update of what's happening. And I have Misko on here too. Misko, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm so glad that the weather's been so nice lately.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I know one thing, we've been in the community over the years. I've known you for a long time, and we get to meet people that are really making a difference in our community. And one of them is Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan, who we've met many, many times. And I've always, when I was a school teacher, Misko, I always thanked her for her work, because our students need to see somebody that looks like them in these places.
Yeah, absolutely. I think just being able to see Native women in different roles and positions in leadership is just very inspiring, and then it makes it seem like something that we can do and aspire for the future.
Well, that gets me to a little segue there. I think we have a clip. Are we ready to play that clip there, Misko?
Yep. And then I think there's like a 13-second delay, so it'll start playing in a few moments.
Oh, cool.
Pinagiki Robert, it's always so great to be with you. I wanted to start by sharing some exciting news with Indian Country. A couple of weeks ago, I became the first Native American in history to earn the DFL endorsement for a federal office in Minnesota. It's an honor that I carry with a tremendous amount of gratitude, humility, and responsibility. And this endorsement wasn't decided by insiders in a back room. It was earned through a grassroots process that began all the way back in February when nearly 40,000 Minnesotans showed up to caucus in their communities. Those folks elected delegates to represent them at the DFL State Convention in Rochester, where people from every corner of Minnesota came together and overwhelmingly chose to support our campaign. What made this year especially meaningful is that 57% of the delegates participating in the process were participating for the very first time. More people got involved because they saw what was happening in our communities, and they decided they couldn't sit on the sidelines anymore. And in many ways, that made this convention body more reflective of the broader Democratic Party electorate than any other point in recent memory. And Indian Country showed up in a big way, too. We had 40 Native delegates at the convention, the largest Native contingent we've ever seen. My tribal chairman, Chairman Fairbanks, was there from White Earth, and tribal leaders from across Minnesota were there. Native organizers, Native young people, Native elders. It was pretty powerful. And as I stood on that convention stage, I thought about my grandma, my aunties, my mom, my dad, and all of the Native people who came before me. I thought about how unlikely this moment would have seemed when I was carrying a box of commodity cheese home from the food shelf as a kid. And I thought about how this party and this movement believed in my family long before people knew my name. And that's why earning this endorsement meant so much to me. The DFL endorsement process matters because it's one of the few places left in politics where organizing still matters more than money. It's hard for billionaires to buy what happens where neighbors gather in church basements, libraries, school cafeterias, and gymnasiums. It's hard for corporate special interests to compete with people having real conversations with each other about the future of their communities. And I think that's exactly what we saw happen at the convention. Our campaign earned the support for more than 75% of the delegates. That support was so overwhelming that my opponent withdrew from the endorsement process altogether before delegates had an opportunity to cast their votes. To me, that wasn't one person winning and another person losing. It was a reflection of what people are hungry for right now. People are still looking for leaders who will show up, tell the truth, reject corporate influence, and fight unapologetically for working people. Unfortunately, now that the endorsement process is over, we're seeing exactly what so many of us expected. Outside groups funded by crypto, big oil, big pharma, APAC, and other corporate special interests are pouring millions of dollars into this race. They're trying to buy a United States Senate seat for my primary opponent because they know she will keep advancing their priorities. And lately, they've been becoming increasingly desperate. You might have seen a TV ad starring something that kind of looks like me, but isn't. My opponent's super PAC is using an AI deepfake of me to try to mislead voters, and I think Minnesotans deserve better. But none of this is surprising. When you refuse corporate PAC money, when you challenge powerful interests, when you say the system is rigged in favor of corporations and billionaires, those interests tend to push back. But that's okay, because this campaign has never been about the money. It's about the many. It's about the people who showed up during Operation Metro Surge to stand up for their neighbors. It's about the mom standing in the grocery store, asking her child to put something back on the shelf because everything costs too much. It's about a dad working a second job and still picking up extra shifts but still struggling to get ahead. It's about the elder trying to stretch Social Security just a little bit further every month. It's about a young person wondering if they'll ever be able to afford a home of their own. It's about the family driving hours just to find childcare. It's about the kid with a disability whose parents are terrified of losing Medicaid. It's about the people delivering groceries to their neighbors, showing up at community events, volunteering, organizing, and refusing to give up on each other. It's about everyday Minnesotans who believe that we deserve something better than the status quo in Washington. And here's the thing that gives me hope. This momentum isn't just showing up in the endorsement process, it's showing up everywhere. We recently released a poll showing our campaign leading by 17 points statewide. We're leading in the Twin Cities, and we're leading in Greater Minnesota. The momentum we're seeing isn't coming from one community or one part of the state. It's coming from Native communities, rural communities, union households, young people, elders, and working families all across Minnesota who are ready for something different, for something better. But I don't take any of that for granted. Polls don't vote. Endorsements don't vote. People vote. And that's why now is the time to get involved. We have less than 3 months until the primary election. Early voting begins on June 26th. And while corporate special interests are spending millions to try to buy the Senate seat, we're building something very different. We're building it person by person, volunteer by volunteer, conversation by conversation. And over the coming weeks, we'll be launching a statewide tour that takes us to all 8 congressional districts, because I believe leadership means showing up everywhere. We'll also be debating throughout the summer, including a TPT Almanac debate on June 19th, NPR on July 27th, and at FarmFest on August 5th. I'm looking forward to those debates because I believe Minnesotans deserve a real discussion about who we're fighting for. I made a choice to not take corporate PAC money because I want Minnesotans to know exactly who I answer to. I don't think corporations need another champion in Washington. They already have plenty of representation. What they need is someone willing to fight for the people who are too often ignored, someone willing to stand up to corporate power, someone willing to stand up to ICE, someone willing to challenge the status quo when it isn't working. And that's a campaign we're building together. So if you've been thinking about getting involved, now is the time. If you've been waiting to volunteer, now is the time. If you've been wondering whether your voice matters, it does. Because the reason we're winning right now is not because we've got the most money, it's because we have the most people. And if we keep organizing, showing up, and taking care of each other the Minnesota way, we're going to run through the finish line together. If you'd like to get involved, please visit PeggyFlanagan.com. There's lots of room on Team Peggy. Chi miigwech for listening, chi miigwech for continuing to take care of one another, and chi miigwech to everyone across Indian country who continues to organize, lead, and fight for a better future. Back to you, Robert. Pinagigi.
Wow, that's great. Thank you so much, Lieutenant Governor. And she threw in a thank you in Ho-Chunk. We love that. Hey, we just love plugging.
Pinagigi, Robert. It's always so great to be with you. I wanted to start by sharing.
Yes. Hey, we'll be right back. This is Native Roots Radio. We liked it so much, wanted to play again. Ho-wah!
Heart health is more than just the physical well-being. It represents like a foundation of vitality, resilience, and the ability to live fully.
Your heart carries stories of resilience, love, and survival. Caring for your heart means honoring yourself and the generations before and after you. It means protecting your ability to gather, laugh, and be present. Learn more about your heart health at hennepincounty.gov/heart-beats, because your story matters and your heart beats for generations.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
Hey, it's Robert Pilot from Native Roots Radio. For a meal that feeds your soul and health, check out Gatherings Cafe. Located in the renovative Minneapolis American Indian Center, Executive Chef Vernon Defoe and team serve up incredible indigenous flavors. Gatherings Cafe has amazing bison tacos featuring lean protein from native wise, corn tortillas, and homemade sides. It's fresh, local food rooted in ancestral knowledge. Stop by for breakfast or lunch. That's Gatherings Cafe, where tradition meets innovation. Support comes from the Walker Arts Center. Warmer weather, sunny skies, summer is here. At the Walker, this means mini golf is open on the rooftop. Artist-led activations return to the hillside, and the cinema has a series of curated films. It's the perfect time to visit. Gallery admissions are free every Thursday night and free every day for members and citizens of tribal nations. Learn more at walkerart.org/summer.
I I'm Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan, and I want to be your next United States Senator, and you are listening to Native Roots Radio.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, again, this is Native Roots Radio. I just want to give a quick shout out to the Lieutenant Governor again, a big Peenigigi for the update. And really, I was a delegate, so it was really exciting to hear her perspective, and also unbelievable with the AI that's going on out there. Again, a big Peenigigi to Lieutenant Governor for sending us that message. We really appreciate you and what you've done for the community all these years, and what you'll be doing for us in the future. Hey, I want to bring our friend Maren Hardy on, who is with Spirit Care Services, and I want to just have a chat about what's going on federally, what's going on locally. And it's really interesting, Maren. I've had people come up to me and say they listen to the show, like at the Elders Center and things like that, and they want us to talk more about what's going on with elders. So you were the first to come to mind, and I appreciate you. Not that you're an elder, but you have all the information on the elders. That's why.
Well, per native, I'm 56, so I've been registered at Wisdom Steps last week, but yeah, we're not going to mention that. But yes, so Spirit Care was birthed out of our love for our elders and the care that we want them, that they deserve to get. And so we work primarily with Native American low-income elders who are on either a CADI waiver or a disability elderly waiver, which basically means we help our elders stay in their homes longer. And like I've said before, and I'll say it till the sun comes down, that for Native culture, we were brought up elders and babies and making sure that they're taken care of. And that is exactly what Spirit Care is all about. Be it taking out your trash, your laundry, getting you to ceremony, getting you to congregate dining, getting you to your families at Little Earth or just across the street. As we well know in the Phillips community with the opioid crisis, it's unsafe for our elders to be outside. We've had elders pushed over, their phones taken, their bags stolen. It's just not, it's Phillips community right now is not safe for an elder. So, and we want to make sure that they don't have to do these things. Like, why should they, for everything they've done for us?
Yeah, absolutely. And, you're boots on the ground, and you have been for quite a few years helping our elders. And I just want to ask you something personal too. How are you feeling? Because I saw that, I don't know if you know this, but 2 years ago, I got rear-ended on the freeway and totaled out my car. And it was weird too, because the person didn't have insurance, and we went back to get another car. And with Trump's tariffs, it was the same car with only 700 miles was really expensive. So not only is there the financial thing with these kind of accidents, but also physical. And I hope you're doing okay.
Well, I was actually T-boned on Saturday, as on my Facebook page says, and it was unbelievable, because just driving east on 55, and the car was heading west. We were heading east, he was heading west, and decided to turn onto Penn Avenue without braking, without anything. And luckily, the reflexes of a cat, being a cat mom, I turned it super sharp to the right, and he caught the backside, like my right behind the back passenger door. And I didn't know this, but my Volvo, I have a newer Volvo, and I have an airbag on the window and the backseat window that deployed, and my head hit against it so hard, my hat flew off, my earbud flew out of my ear, spun my car around. And now I'm thinking I might have a slight concussion. I've got some weird things going on, but, and what's so crazy, Robert, is he was driving an Audi, and his fender was in the middle of 55. His whole front end smashed in. My Volvo, not even a dent. Not even a dent. I wish it could be. It's totaled out because of the airbags. I got the call today, which is a super bummer, but I'm just grateful that I didn't end up we went to the ER, but I didn't have to stay or anything. But there's the lingering effects. Plus, I think the shock of being hit like that. I've never been in an accident like that. So.
Yeah. And I don't know, and I'm going off subject. I apologize. But I don't know if things are crazier now since COVID, but it really seems that way. I don't know if it's a combination of me turning 65 and becoming like, oh, I don't like to drive at night, like, my grandparents used to say, or if that's a real thing where people are driving just crazy.
It's awful, but this was an older non-native driver, and I think that he just didn't look. He looked past me because we were already crossing. But I mean, for me, it's like looking outside right now. My thing is, I hate driving in the rain. I would rather drive in the snow. The rain scares me driving because you're hydroplaning. But that to me, and I drive so much with our clients that
Yes.
it has to be a safe car. And the Volvo, like, thank God, was absolutely the best car to be in. So,
Yeah. Consumer Reports for sure have always said that. And Wendy and I have always talked about that. She just got, after only having one car, she just got a Subaru, which is way up there too. And
yes. So, but very grateful. And the creator was definitely looking out, because I'm telling you, and I joke about that, but I just at the last second, yanked my steering wheel, because otherwise it would have been full brunt force right on my driver's door. And I don't know if I'd have been that lucky as I am today. So,
well, I'm thankful that you're here, and I can't believe that you just said the age that you are. I can't believe that at all.
It's the cameras. Maybe it's my filter. Maybe it's my filter. You just can't see these grays that I'm getting taken care of. Oh,
yeah.
So,
one of the things too, I don't like to be a Debbie Downer, but I mean, the federal government's really messing with our elders, and what can our elders do? We need them to vote for sure, but other than that, or maybe that's the big thing, or what's your take?
Well, here's the deal that I've been noticing, and I had a great meeting with Senator Mary Kunesh yesterday at our office, and it's not just the federal government. We have Hennepin County. I don't know what is going on with Hennepin County, but they're trying to cut services. I mean, we have Hennepin County cutting services. Their case managers are trying to tell our elders that they need to utilize more economically efficient services when they legally have every right to choose us for all their driving services. And when they tell us that our elders, what's wrong with the bus, and you're telling them so over the phone because you're afraid to come into their neighborhood. And I'm not kidding.
Wow.
I have case managers who've never met the client, and yet they want them to take the bus. And to me, that's just not okay. But what I did find out is that Hennepin County is not following DHS procedure with that. And B, our clients, which they're not telling them, has every right to appeal that, because they're slashing services, Robert, that have already been approved in their budget. And then they literally told me, well, they don't have a budget. So I pulled out the case plan, the service plan, that on the top heading says their budget. So, I mean, I'm a person that always comes with receipts when I talk about this. And when it comes to an elder or someone who needs these services, what are you going to do? Call my boss? Me? So I just feel like in these instances with these clients who absolutely need these services, we're not going down without a fight. And I will bring it to everyone. I will talk to whomever. I'll go to the press. It's just because I want justification as to why they feel it's okay that they slash these services, because it's not. And then they say that they have Metro Mobility. Well, we have Metro Mobility doesn't show up in Phillips half the time. And then not only that, you have to schedule between 1 and 3 hours, and it's not them, just their own ride. And plus, then they have separate drivers. Whereas for us, with our clients, they have the same caregiver. They're family. They've been working with them. They know everything about them, and we are family to our clients. For some of our clients, we are their only family, and I love that. And I always want to be that. That's why every client has my personal phone number. I don't have boundaries. I should. I don't.
Oh, wow. So this is always fun talking to you, but it's also really serious too.
Yeah.
And I guess one of the things that I'd like to ask you too, to our listeners, and I always like to bring this up, what is something that they can do? So what's a call to action that people are listening to this show all over Turtle Island? Who do they call? Do you want them to call? What can they do?
Well, there are 3 Native representatives that they can call. I'm Representative Shelley Buck, who was Prairie Island. There's Representative Keeler and Kolzansky, I think, Lish Kolzansky. Yeah. Those are 3 representatives who are Native. And if they could write to them, have someone write to them, just say that how much these services mean to them. And again, I just feel, especially, and I'm only talking about our group of people, right? I'm not trying to exclude anyone else's ethnic group or any other society, but for our Natives, again, like I've said, we were brought up and raised where it's Native, elders, and babies, right? And what I'm realizing is elders are the first ones, the last ones to get services, the first ones forgotten about. When it comes to elder programming at some of our tribes, I'm finding out that they're cutting elder programs before anything else. When we're talking about Native American Elders Day, our 3rd annual one, which is going to be so awesome. There's lots of changes we're making and lots of positive things, but some of the tribes are talking about they don't have funding for it. And to me, I really feel like you're in the position to deny an elder because of an elder.
Yeah.
And I have a problem with that. And I don't understand why. And it's hard because these elders really want it. They loved Elders Day. Like they talk about it a month after last year's Elders Day.
Absolutely. I've showed up too, got a cool shirt, got to some awesome food, and got to see Elvis, the native Elvis.
No, he wasn't native. He was from Vegas.
Oh.
Yes, we've had him 2 years in a row. We fly Elvis in from Vegas.
That's right. Hey, we are here with Maren Hardy, and we're going to be right back. She is with Spirit Care Services. This is Native Roots Radio. Ho! Support comes from the Walker Arts Center. Visit during free Thursday nights. Every week from 5 to 9 p.m., there's something new to explore. Enjoy date-friendly events like artist talks, performances, and exhibition openings, or explore art-making open library hours and exhibition tours. Settle into your weekend among community. Free every Thursday night and free every day for citizens and members of tribal nations. Learn more at walkerart.org.
This is Chase Iron Eyes announcing a new show on AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota, powered by Native Roots Radio. The show is called Native American Patriot Talk Radio. What will we do on the show? We are going to explore and dive into the source of American constitutional sovereignty, the intersection of Native American and legal issues. Find us the first and third Tuesday of every month at 6 p.m. on AM 950.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
Hey, it's Robert Pilot from Native Roots Radio. For a meal that feeds your soul and health, check out Gatherings Cafe. Located in the renovative Minneapolis American Indian Center, Executive Chef Vernon Defoe and team serve up incredible indigenous flavors. Gatherings Cafe has amazing bison tacos featuring lean protein from native wise, corn tortillas, and homemade sides. It's fresh, local food rooted in ancestral knowledge. Stop by for breakfast or lunch. That's Gatherings Cafe, where tradition meets innovation.
Culture prevents so many negative things from happening to us as individuals and as communities.
Strong roots begin with a healthy heart. For Indigenous women, heart health is part of caring for community, culture, and future generations. Even small steps can help protect what matters most. Discover ways to support your heart at hennepincounty.gov/hearts-beats, because your heart beats for generations.
We are your relatives.
We are your relations.
Brothers,
sisters,
sons,
daughters.
And some of us are your grandchildren.
We are your community. Historically, we held places of honor and respect. Because of the impact of colonization, some of us are rejected, thrown out from family, friends, and community, set up as targets for sexual violence, sex trafficked, humiliated, tortured, and murdered. Everybody has the right to be safe. We are your relatives. Remember,
homophobia is not traditional.
Sponsored by the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition.
Support comes from the Walker Arts Center. Warmer weather, sunny skies, summer is here. At the Walker, this means mini golf is open on the rooftop. Artist-led activations return to the hillside, and the cinema has a series of curated films. It's the perfect time to visit. Gallery admissions are free every Thursday night and free every day for members and citizens of tribal nations. Learn more at walkerart.org/summer.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Evening showers and thunderstorms possible, then clearing with an overnight low of 62. Then Thursday, another chance of showers and thunderstorms with a high of 76. Grab a tray at Cafe Latte and pick from their award-winning selections of soups, salads, sandwiches, and desserts. Cafe Latte is at Victoria Street and Grand Avenue in St. Paul or at cafelatte.com.
AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio Presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, welcome back, everyone. We are here live with Maren Hardy with Spirit Care Services, boots on the ground for our elders here all over Turtle Island here in Minneapolis, and really helping out. And I don't know about you, Maren, but I'm a fair weather basketball fan. I only watch it during the playoffs. I just, we live in New York too, but
yeah, you do.
The other team has a Native American playing on the team, so I'm a little, torn. But what a clown show happening in the last couple days here, and every day it's 3 or 4 things, Maren.
It's just, and then it's like at a loss for words because it's just insane, right? And literally, he was sleeping at the game.
Yeah,
you're sleeping, and then when they were booing him, and then they interview him, and he's talking about, oh, it's great, it was the greatest years ever. It's like, no, it really kind of wasn't. But the emperor has no clothes on, and it is that fable, and it's just waiting for one reporter to say, you are a really rude, stupid man, right? I mean, you just can't. And these, him insulting everybody, and just like, this is the president of the United States. And it's just, we have fallen completely down the rabbit hole. That's pretty much it. And come November, let's get Peggy in office. Let's make these changes. And as much as I don't want to rush summer or fall, I really can't wait for November to get here. I really can't.
Well, we talk about here at the Pilot household about when this person leaves this earth, it's going to be such an unbelievable celebration, not just here in the United States, but worldwide. And I'm looking forward to that too.
Everywhere. And, literally everywhere. And just kind of jumping a little bit and talking about what Peggy was saying about the ice and the Metro surge, I can't remember who, probably from the car accident, who I was talking to, but we were talking about Europe and how they can't stand the United States right now, except if you're from Minnesota.
Yeah.
They know Minnesota, but they're waving our flag. It's just, we really stepped up. And again, like I've said on the show before, we didn't fall for the okey doke. Again, the whole George Floyd, riots and stuff. But for this time, we really kept our cool and showed them just exactly who Minnesota is. Super proud of that. And especially in this community, we're Southsiders. This is all around my neighborhood. I live right off Franklin. I'm still in the hood. And it's just, we really, every time I talk about it, I get a little emotional with everything else I talk about that I'm passionate about. But it's really heartwarming to see that people genuinely care. And then tying that back into our elder care, when I'm hoping that people will start calling their, local representatives, whomever, because with all this DHS stuff and these providers being disenrolled, it's been a nightmare. And for a company like ours, who literally are with their clients some days, 7 days a week, right? And to be not making the cut because they haven't gotten to us, there are a couple of things, but luckily, DHS, we're grateful for DHS on the aspect of we have an inside track, and someone too that we can reach out to who literally said, oh, here's what you need to do. So we were able to get that done. But, we've already got the email that we're going to get an influx of clients because all these other agencies, especially the smaller ones like us, they're shutting down. They don't, because again, they still have to pay their employees, right? But they're not getting money. And so the employees can't tell their daycare provider or their landlord that, oh, I'll pay you back when I get my back pay. The world doesn't work like that. Right. So it's just, we've been fortunate, but our contacts at DHS, they're so stressed out. The ones that are inside, they're working. I have a friend who works for DHS who had to take a medical leave. I have another friend who started therapy. These are what DHS is going through because this process, they said, was supposed to be years to revalidate all these providers. It's not supposed to take 4 months. It's supposed to take years. And it's just,
tell our listeners what DHS is.
Department of Human Services. And this is the Medicaid, Medicare with all the fraud that's going on with all these and the withholding payments. And, again, we know that there are companies that are doing fraud. That is proven, that we've known that. But again, Robert, it's something I've known about this PCA stuff for decades, right? But a company like ours, and these many, many other hundreds of companies that are actually doing the work and are being punished for this stuff, that is not okay. I had a friend tell me that DHS is attacking this with a machete when it should be a scalpel. So the only people besides employees, but the main people that are being hurt are the clients. Because if we have to say we're shutting our doors, and I'll talk again about Native specifically, who is going to make sure our elders navigate the Social Security system? I just had to help two of my elders with that last week because Minnesota stopped paying Part A and B of their Medicare. So that comes out of their Social Security. They got a notice to check their Social Security website or email. Well, I have elders who don't even know what an email is.
Right.
So now their Social Security is cut, not quite in half, but cut like $300 a month from the big total of $900 a month, which they have to pay their rent on and phone bills. And God forbid you want to buy your grandkid McDonald's. I mean, these are the things that Spirit Care helps navigate because it's hard for me to do and I'm learning it, but I can't imagine what an elder would have to go through because they won't even know it and they won't follow up with it because who would they call, Robert? Who would they call?
Exactly. And I am blessed that my nation takes care of us elders, but that's not the case. And I want to just throw that out there to our listeners. And we have a lot of people that are listening to the show that really are curious and want to know more about Native Americans. 99% of the tribes out there are not casino per cap tribes.
Come on, White Earth? Really? My dad gets like a per cap maybe once every 4 years or something. I mean, it doesn't work that way. It does not. Let people from everyone who's listening, I wish it did. I wish. I mean, but it doesn't. We're not, it's just, it's tough out here. And especially for the elders who've experienced the historical trauma from boarding schools. My grandma, I mean, growing up without money, growing up with alcoholism in their family, it is a struggle. And to break that vicious cycle is tough.
Yeah, definitely. And we see that in our community right now because a lot of our trauma is handed down, whether it's physically or emotionally or spiritually.
Right. It's just, but on a, and we're making these changes. And I think with Spirit Care doing that, we're bridging the gap because we're allowing our elders to have these wonderful caregivers who are younger and who bring them out of their shell, who get them into community. And that is the key to what we're doing. We're getting them out of their homes. They're now knowing, oh, I can go here or I can go there. You can go wherever you want. Like you can go wherever you want. How many places you want to go, it doesn't matter. Let's just get you there, right? Let's get you to dining at gatherings. Let's get you to your families at Little Earth. I've had one of my caregivers take people to some elders ricing last year. Another caregiver took 2 elders to White Earth a month ago. It's just, but this is what we do because honestly, like I posted, when you love your job, you don't really work. And when you're working with an elder, you're working with your grandpa, your uncle, your aunt, your auntie, you're doing these fun things. So, and you're getting paid to do it. And it's so rewarding to see an elder come alive again. The spark in an elder's eye, there's nothing like that when they talk about their lives growing up, things that they've forgotten about, you know, and especially when they've lost a child, you know, that is so important to get this relationship back with somebody else. It's so meaningful, which is why we have Native American Elders Day, to honor our elders and just make it a whole day. And that is what's so important, because they should have more than one day, but we want to make it the most special day ever. And I think this year might just be that.
So to our listeners, how can they support you and find out more about Spirit Care Services?
Info at Spirit Care Services. That's our website. Our website is spiritcareservices.com. And there is also a link on there to donate for Elders Day, which it's going to be a tough year. And, you know, raising money is super important. And I actually need to reach out to Ho Chunk. If they're donating again this year, we're asking if every little bit counts. Like, this picnic costs about $20,000 to put on. And so it's going to be a tough year. We're going to make it happen. We have the best t-shirts this year from, No Words LLC, that No Words Concepts, Steve Landry. The t-shirts this year are incredible. You're going to love it. It's awesome. And then we have Crow Belcourt is in charge of entertainment. So the speaker system, Elvis, the food, Grant Snyder, Cub Foods is donating again. Boys Fort, everyone is contributing. Mille Lacs. It's just, it takes a community to be grateful and thank our elders for putting us in a position to thank them. And that is what it's all about. And it should not be, and I've said this before, I should not have to go around asking for money. I should be getting phone calls to say, what do you need? What do you need? Do you still need this? Do you need that? That is what I'm waiting for all these phone calls to say, oh, Elders Day, when is it? What do you need? So that's, but again, you know me, Robert, I'm going to get it done because that's what I do. So
That's right. And heck, I'm really happy, and I'm going to have you on many more times before that so we can talk about that and reach out. That was just, it's been such a successful thing, and it's what it brings spirits. It was fun to see one of the tribes come out with their own t-shirts.
Oh, Leech Lake elders showed out, 90 elders. I'm hoping they'll come down this year. I think they're having some, they said they probably won't be 2 days. They said they weren't sure if they'd come down. I'm hoping that we can reach out to Farron and make sure that they come down at least overnight. You know, we can hopefully get discounted rooms, but all the tribes need to come down. We need to make sure all of them get down. Grand Portage drove down. I mean, come on. If Grand Portage can make it down, everyone can make it down.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you as always, the good vibes that we get, and I know people feel it over the airwaves and all our social medias that we're on. Maren, I just really appreciate you and what you do for our elders, and I hope you heal up quickly. I really appreciate you coming on.
Thanks, Robert. Gigawaba, man. I'll see you again soon.
Sounds good. Hey, this is Native Roots Radio. We're going to have Natalie up talking about the Indian Center, what's happening there. This is Native Roots Radio. Ho! Support comes from the Walker Arts Center. Warmer weather, sunny skies, summer is here. At the Walker, this means mini golf is open on the rooftop. Artist-led activations return to the hillside, and the cinema has a series of curated films. It's the perfect time to visit. Gallery admissions are free every Thursday night and free every day for members and citizens of tribal nations. Learn more at walkerart.org/summer.
Maintaining our health, particularly our heart health, is very important to us as a family.
Your heart gives you time with family, time with community, time to pass down what matters. Protecting your heart helps keep those moments alive. A visit with a healthcare provider can be one step toward a healthier future. Learn more at hennepincounty.gov/hearts-beats. Your heart health is essential because your heart beats for generations. Hey, it's Robert Pilot from Native Roots Radio. For a meal that feeds your soul and health, check out Gatherings Cafe. Located in the renovative Minneapolis American Indian Center, executive chef Vernon Defoe and team serve up incredible indigenous flavors. Gatherings Cafe has amazing bison tacos featuring lean protein from native wise, corn tortillas, and homemade sides. It's fresh, local food rooted in ancestral knowledge. Stop by for breakfast or lunch. That's Gatherings Cafe, where tradition meets innovation.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
Hi, it's Dr. Evan Adams, and you're listening to Native Roots Radio. Hey, Victor, you better be listening.
In this portion of the show, we'd like to bring awareness to our wolf and bear populations throughout Turtle Island. Say no to the hunts.
Was I the only one howling there? I even brought Misko on to howl with us. Darn.
Oh, I missed it.
Well, we could play it again. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, we are here with our friend Natalie, Minneapolis American Indian Center person, to give us all the information about what's happening at this iconic building here in the heart of Minneapolis on Franklin Avenue in the Native American corridor. Natalie, you've been working on other things too, I hear.
Yeah, helping with some other big projects that are in the works, helping with the circle that we're excited to get out into the world pretty soon.
Can you talk about that at all, or should we just go right into the Minneapolis American Indian Center?
About the circle?
Yes.
Yeah, happy to. Yeah, put on my circle hat. Yeah, take off the Indian Center one, put on the circle one. But yeah, so Robert, I mean, you're the chief editor. You're getting the Circle magazine. It's a magazine now instead of a newspaper, but helping bring it into the new phase. And so, yeah, I'm on the board and I'm helping. Right now we're designing it. So all the pieces are coming together and all the stories are in from some really great writers throughout the community. And yeah, it's all the pieces right now. We're in like the final stage of getting it together, and then we're going to send it off to the printer. So we'll have the finished product here pretty soon, and it's looking good. So I'm really excited for everybody to see it.
Yeah, and I appreciate you and jumping in and helping out with not only your skills, but also being on the board. That's really huge. And again, Natalie, I really appreciate you and all the hard work that you're doing right now for the Circle and in the future.
Oh, thank you. Well, you too. I mean, it's an institution. It was started in the Indian Center basement 40 years ago. And I sent you a photo earlier today because we have archives. So there was some newspapers from like 1989 and back when the Indian Center was publishing it. So it's like the American Indian Center's logo is on the top and the Circle logo is next to it. And yeah, it's just amazing how far it's come. And it's been such an institutional resource for so long. And so I'm glad we're keeping it going and excited to see all the changes that you and the team bring into it.
Yeah, I do have a strong team, and I'll be giving them a shout out too, because as soon as we get that done, it'll be 2 weeks in the printer, and hopefully we can push that along a little quicker. And then we're going to have a big party, and all the new magazine will be out there, and a lot of people speaking their truth in a good way. Got to read a lot of the articles that are coming in, and really happy. And we got a couple artists that are doing 2 covers. We have a Dakota cover, and we also have an Ojibwe cover. And I wish I could say that was my idea, but somebody, I think a friend of mine, David, brought that up. But I've been pretending it's been my idea the whole time.
Giving credit where credit's due.
Yeah, well, we didn't say David Knoyer's last name, so
Yeah,
we
no.
said David. We won't give him any credit.
You got to add Ho Chunk in there too. So yeah, get everybody.
Yeah, well, that's fun. But we snuck in a couple Ho Chunk articles in there, as you know. Yes, you do know.
I do.
Yeah. Hey, so we got a few more minutes. I really appreciate that. Let's talk some more about what's happening. I just want to mention this too, and this is about the Franklin Corridor. Tomorrow is Four Sisters Market, and I'll be there, and I think Misko will be there. Well, I'll be hanging out and seeing community, which is always a great thing, and it's only a block away from Minneapolis American Indian Center.
Yeah, I feel like that's like a highlight of the summer. Everyone pops over to the market, and it's kind of the place to see everybody and be in community and get some fry bread from Bob's truck and hang out. But yeah, the big thing I wanted to promote today. So we have a new program that we're actually just got up and running, and we're launching it on Monday. But we're starting. It's a 6-class that's American Sign Language for the Native community. And so Cindy Martin, who is a really, really amazing person, who she's Red Lake, and she's an interpreter and a teacher, and teaches ASL with like a Native focus. She's going to be doing a 6-part class starting next Monday at the Indian Center. And so yeah, the first one is 5 to 7 in Neby Hall next Monday, which I think is the 15th. But yeah, we're really excited. So that's something that we're just launching and kind of seeing how it goes. But yeah, everyone is welcome, any skill level, even if you have never learned sign language, or you can communicate and do all the things. It's a new program that we're launching, so really, really excited to see it go.
That's amazing. Is there any, is it only in person?
Yep. This one will be in person. So our Ojibwe and Dakota classes are online, so they're more accessible. But because sign language is so interactive and it's visual and a little more in person, or we're doing it in person because it's a little bit more interactive versus a spoken language.
Yeah, and it's different too because I know she showed me what Ho Chunk was and also what Choka is, and Choka's grandfather, and well, my little grandchildren call me Kaka, but that's grandma, so I don't know. I don't know what's up, but they're gonna get that CH in there, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're working on it. Do you remember any of it? Do you remember the signs that she taught you?
Well, this is a radio show.
Oh yeah, so no one can see us. No.
Well, most people can't see us, so it would be, but it's all over your heart, I think, is Choka.
Yeah.
Rubbing over your heart. And I don't remember the other one. Thank you for putting me on the spot, but I'm used to it on my own show. But yeah, I will have that ready for you tomorrow when I text them. That's a great organization. I want to say something else too, Natalie, and I don't know if you can help me with this. If anybody needs signing for anything that's Native related or even close to Native related, they have a service. And do you know what the service is called?
I do not. Here, let me see if I can look that up quick. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I can't either, but it's always cool. I always see them in community. I see them at plays. I see them, at events doing sign, and I think people need to know about that too.
Yeah. Oh, Indigenous Interpreters Organization.
Yeah, and then I think they have a Facebook for sure if you want to get a hold of them. But it's a thing that we really like to support here on Native Roots Radio, and obviously you're supporting at the Minneapolis American Indian Center. And there it is for people that are visual. Misko, good job there. She's on it, isn't she?
Right. Yeah. Thanks, Misko. You got this. So that's quick, right up there, right away. And
so do you miss her from the Indian Center? I'm going to add Misko on there onto the show here real quick. Do you guys miss each other? I know you worked well together over the years.
Oh yeah, I love working with Misko. So it's not the same. Normally in the morning, I always like wave and say hi when I'm walking into the office. So yeah, definitely miss seeing your face around, but fun seeing you out here and excited about what you're doing.
Yeah, I do miss the Indian Center, but I'll be around. I think I'm going there tomorrow to help out with one of the programs. So I'm gone, but not really.
Yeah. You gotta be like Robert, come to Gatherings Cafe a couple times a week.
Yep. Come have lunch with me.
Yep. Exactly. Well, I want to say I really appreciate you, Natalie, coming in and filling in what's happening in the community, and also working for the circle that's coming out, and big news on that. And we'll be excited that you're on the board, and we got some really good young people that are on the board, and David Knoyer, who's not young, but he's probably not listening to the show, but I can say things like that, but he's a force to be. So, Misko, appreciate all your work with Native Roots Radio and all you've done. Just all the fast work you're doing for us behind the scenes. It's really helping me out, and I appreciate it. Natalie, thank you for everything, for coming on. And also, I want to thank Maren, and I also want to thank the Lieutenant Governor for coming on today. It meant a lot to us. Hey, if you're listening to the show, you're part of the resistance. We're still here. We are the 7th generation. We'll see you tomorrow. Ho!
Heart health is more